Hello, enraptured studio audience. My name is Crash Icarus, and I am like 10 minutes to 15 minutes late in my own stream, depending on how you think of it. This is despite the fact that I also have had a half day off, so I've actually had plenty of time to prepare. I just got tired, lazy, distracted by washing dishes, then showering slowly, and maybe trickled my way over here. IDK. Apparently I'm also having a stronk and I need to call it the bondulance because, like, I can't type either. I'm trying to say the entire time that I'm pretty sure playing Zero in this game is like a little bit of a mix of Mega Man Zero and a little bit of mix of Mega Man X4. Well, I will say that Mega Man Dollar or Mega Man X Dollar would probably make for a pretty cash money game title, I'm not gonna lie. It just would probably need to, be centered around, like, Wily or Sigma or whoever really needs to raise funds, but actually Zero's gonna cut them down because they're a broke-ass bit and they don't stack no paper. It would be pretty fucking rad, I would have to say. But yeah, tonight is the last stream for a little while from me, about a month. Maybe a little more, depending on if some of my ideas take a little while to, for me to make them, or like some of my other life stuff, just like, okay, I actually need more time to catch up on a handful of things. But I'm aiming to not... It will definitely, like, absolutely 100% be before, like, the middle of August, or, like, God, September. Not fucking September. It should be beginning of August, but maybe I might need a week or two. But to cap things off, we're going to be playing Mega Man DXTreme again, because we might as well not leave everyone on a cliffhanger of what's it like to play Zero. I can very easily play Zero, at least for at least one more night tonight, especially the fact that I have a day off tomorrow, so like I can just take as long as I need to finish off Zero's campaign. So let's get it done. Painting your nails in preparation? Excellent. Now you'll have good colored claws for the fight ahead. What color did you pick them? Or did you put on a design on there? He strung himself while he rebonded himself. It's not even entirely wrong. That's just kind of what it would be like. And leftover spaghetti out of a coffee cup shaped bowl. I think that might be called a coffee cup. And I think that you're kind of running like the Stew Pickles I've lost control of my life aesthetic there. That's your choice, and maybe choose to clean that up. Truly, Zook here Z will be the Mega Man stream for the grand return. /J? /J indeed. Who knows? It could be true, it could be wrong. But yeah. So let's actually get this started. Do I have this set up to capture correctly? Okay, hold on. Gonna get this launched. Okay, get the game launched, and now I think we can get the music off. Close that. And then switch capture. Get over to... Gotta find the window now. DXTreme, there it is. Okay, close out some of the other stuff. And then actually make our way over to... Hey, there I am. Sweet. Ooh, leftover popcorn. Sounds fun. I'm not a popcorn aficionado myself, but, you know, if it floats your boat, then good for you. You did mix pink with black on the hands. Grippers got colored brown. I mean, I guess it helps blend it on the feet. I think pink with black on the hands would actually looks really nice, though. Pink and black's a little bit of an underrated color combination. Although, you know, ever since the rise of Cali, you know, it kind of came back in the internet conscious. So, and I'm sure also like some other like Genshin characters are like Kingdom Hearts fans probably help that along. I think there's like a pink and black character in Kingdom Hearts, right? Right? I don't know my Kingdom Hearts. But anyways, oh wait, before we hit the continue button. For this stream, because we've already heard the Game Boy music, we are going to go ahead and put on the SNES music this time around. Yeah, that's right. That's the Mega Man X feeling you came looking for. I just thought it would be a nice change of pace. Let me rebalance OBS real quick there. Okay, so we'll be kind of doing the same thing as last time, with like our settings for 2 1-ups and just making our way through a 0. So, I guess some explaining needs to be done before I actually start things off here. So, I had to tinker, and Grim also, told me kindly, but I had to tinker to kind of figure out how to actually play 0 for the main campaign. It's not entirely clear. Oh god, there's no music here. Let's just actually load the file so we have some music. It's not entirely clear how to start as 0, because there's no way to do the intro stage as 0. That is X entirely. But here's how it works in DXTreme. When you get all the 4 Circus capsules and you beat the game, you unlock 0 as a playable character for that file. So you can go back and replay any stage that's already been completed as 0 on that file. However, when you reload that file, you also get 3 options. You get just stage select, basically just continue and go back to choosing from all the defeated stages. You get start over, which is what I've chosen here, and I'll explain in a second. And start over plus, which is new game plus, essentially, where you have all the secrets and everything's already unlocked. So you can just go ahead and basically beat your way through the stages without any diversions to go do secrets or any of that other nonsense. I've chosen start over, so that way I basically have the mix of none of the stages are done. I've not collected any of the secrets. I'm at minimum power. But because I'm on this file, I have the ability to press the select button and actually change my player over to 0. This weirdly does not transfer to other files. I do think this is a bit of a flaw. It's not intuitive in the least. But as long as there is a way to get it done, I'm not too worked up about it. I may be a little miffed. I maybe think it's not great, but there's worse things to be had in Mega Man games. So, wonder if someone else will do Xtreme 2 in this style? God, I don't know if I should hope for that or not. I did not love Xtreme 2. If they redo Xtreme 2, they better redo the hell out of the game. They better reimagine the shit out of it. Where it's like, wow, this product's unrecognizable. I love it. But anyways, yes, so we are just going to be going through as 0 for the 8 stages and, getting all the secrets along the way. I actually would like to start off with some hopeful flexing. I actually want to go to Armadillo's stage first. After that, I'll go for a full, okay, where do you guys want me to go now kind of thing. But I want to go to Armadillo's stage first because I actually did play this on the second file, which I briefly flashed over to a moment ago, as X, just as a very, fresh file, go right to Armadillo directly. And, I start to see the pattern that, or the intent behind, dodging desperation phase Armadillo. It's tricky. It's certainly not easy, but there is a method to it, and I will probably go off about it more when I actually get to the boss gates. But yeah, here we are. We have 0. When you do the new story thing, you don't really get a choice as far as starting with nothing on 0. You just kind of automatically start with 4 techniques. You start with your Terensujin, Rakusaiga, and Rakuhuha. Rakuhuha! Yeah, I'm gonna call it that. That'll probably annoy every Japanese speaker in the audience. And that's it. You start off with your 4 techniques, and you don't... Or actually, that's 3 techniques. What was the button for that? Special on floor? What button is that? Select? Start? Oh, it's... What? Oh, my right trigger is that for some reason. Okay, sure. But yeah, you also, not to spoil things, but you don't actually get any upgrades for beating bosses. You kind of you're just this for the entire game, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think it's a little bit lame, but also it's very obvious here is kind of just this extra afterthought, if anything. So I don't know. I'm not going to complain too much about getting more gameplay, even if it is a little bit scuffed. I kind of understand maybe not wanting to go through the entire process of designing, like, several new attacks for Zero, because that would be a lot. But, you know, at least you get kind of your basic Mega Man. This is where I was kind of saying before. Like, it's kind of like X4 in the sense that you kind of have your basic X4 kit. But it's also like Zero in the sense that you don't really get any upgrades necessarily. But you do seem to have kind of a saber. You do seem to have, you know, pretty good power on your saber, and you do seem to also have a kind of a pseudo dash cancel, not like a ludicrously powerful dash cancel like you do in some of the other games, but, you know, one that allows me to take out the big mole there. So it's considerable. The Zero sprite is pretty cool. I do agree. He does have actually like a lot of good animations and all that shit. Also, these birds don't have a hitbox. Hi, Dr. Light. Oh, I guess I'll sure. Take the health up, or the health refill. Why not? Best guess would be could break story logic. Then they could have just forced story off for a Zero run. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they just didn't. I don't know. Maybe they didn't feel like including another menu after the save file or something, like a X4 style menu. It's strange. Or maybe they're just like, well, you know, all the other Mega Man X games make you play the intro stage as Mega Man anyways, so, like, screw it. Why not? Zero has. You have to do it here, too. Well, actually, no, that's not true. X4 and X5 let you play as Zero in the beginning. Never mind. Anyhow. So you can get through your Armadillo flashbacks quickly. Yeah, this bastard was real difficult last time. So, I guess I ignored the sub-tank like an idiot, because I was so busy at slashing at the mole that I forgot that I needed to double backwards for it, but we'll get there. We'll come back. Oops. But anyways, so, Armored Armadillo. I want to talk about him before I go in there, because last time I was commenting on how he's overtuned to hell and seems impossible to dodge in his desperation phase. The amendment I'm making is that he's still overtuned, but he's not like this Quick Man level of impossible to dodge. He's more closer to what I would guess is maybe like Burner Man level difficulty to dodge. Like, you need to be focused and on your A game, and if you kind of get thrown off your rhythm, it's very difficult to get back on the rhythm. But there's a very clear idea of what to do for each thing, and there's a clear way to, like, understand what he's doing. It's just that his telegraphs are short. So, the quick breakdown is that the first half of the fight is pretty standard Armadillo. He will either do his 3 shots that are actually aimed at you in DXTreme. He will do either his standard wall bounce from X1, or he will do his kind of floor bounce that's exclusive to DXTreme. When he does his floor bounce, he has a sound cue to do that, so you need to react to the sound cue, kind of evoking a little bit of Turbo Man skills there. Then for the second half of the fight, which things get a lot harder here. I mean, dodging his bullets, there's 4 of them, they're faster, that's just reacting faster and leading them better. It's not easy, but it's, you know, there. And then, so one thing that's very interesting is that, or well, let me also talk about his floor bounce again. His floor bounce is gonna get debris from the floor actually flying up at you. So you want to kind of do a dash jump underneath him as he's bouncing towards you once, and then he's kind of limited by the fact that he has only so much motion so that he can't get to you. You're no longer just dashing kind of blindly under him. You gotta kind of dash jump to get between him and the rocks. It's a little tight, but it's possible. And then the very interesting thing that is hard to notice in the chaos of the fight. When he goes for his normal kind of like bouncing off the walls motion in X1, he no longer, in his desperation phase, he no longer goes straight towards the wall. In his first half of the fight, he will go straight towards the wall and then start bouncing. But in the second half, he starts bouncing immediately from his spot, doesn't make a sound cue, and starts shooting off bullets that you can all dodge by dashing underneath them, except for when he lands, in which case you might need to do a dash jump between 2 bullets or hit the wall to jump over them. It makes it a little bit easier to respond to, because otherwise it would be pretty challenging to determine between which bounce he's gonna do. It's not easy, but it's still possible, and I would like to give it a go. So, short telegraphs are a big thing for the Zero games in general. Honestly, I don't think they're that bad for the Zero games themselves. Well, for Panther Faux Claws, certainly. And Luna Edge. Actually, no, you're right. No, you are right. There is somewhat of a problem there. But anyways, I'm going to go a little bit quiet so I can actually kind of focus on what's happening. Because I need to listen for the sound cue rather than spend time yapping. Doing 1 damage to the boss with my swipe, huh? That's... Okay, so doing the downward slash and upward slash does more. Of course, it puts me in more danger as well. Connection's back. This only happens during stream. It's very frustrating, because I never actually have any connection drops while I'm just dicking around outside of things. Alright. Let's get to it. That was close. Okay, maybe there is a way to end up doing a little bit more damage to bosses than just the one at a time, but maybe it's the fact that I'm fighting, you know, Ow, he jumped up and got me. Ah, and he tagged me. Damn it. Yeah, this is kind of the X4 philosophy I don't love, where it's like, yes, I do dick for damage by being 0. This is how it feels to fight Storm Owl in X4, in my opinion. I don't like it. Except there, at least you have the option of maybe getting a weakness. Dash button, please. Oh, and he switched phases there. Two, 3, 4. Slash. Jump over there. Get on the wall. Jump past him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, beep. 2, 3, 4. Oh, misread that, but I didn't get punished for it, so it's okay. Two, 3, 4. Oops. No double back there. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4. Close. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. I'm so close. Don't choke now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. An X4 could outdamage the combo game? Wrong. Anyways. I have very strong opinions about X4 Zero. I really dislike playing X4 Zero. I don't find it fun, because usually most of the bosses are best hit with a nice air/noodle, so until you get the pizza cutter, it's like you're doing nothing for damage, and it sucks. I don't like it. But what I like about the Zero series is the high damage abilities of just either going in with a quick charge, or hitting with multiple charges in a row for a nice combo, or all that stuff. I actually don't find Zero One's bosses to be that overtuned. I actually really like Zero One more than like some of the other games. 4 is still my favorite, but I like Zero One more than 0, 2, and 3. I think that Zero One offers a very, very good challenge, and the bosses are actually all really well designed. Anyways, shaking. Yeah, X6 Zero is also a lot more fun too than like X4 or X5. Because X6 does good damage to everything. X4 is, well, he does good damage to the enemies because every enemy is made out of tissue paper, and then X5, he does good damage to, well, he does okay damage, and I don't know, he's just very average in X5. But I like Zero's gameplay versus bosses more in X5. Anyways, let's get that sub-tank that I brain farted about. There we go. Now, I only just realized I didn't even try using the Rakoha, the super move on Armadillo there. Maybe because it wasn't worth my time, but we'll try it later, I guess. Find Zero One's bosses boring. Really? X6's boss fights, but they have an actual moveset? That sounds like a good thing, because X6's boss fights are, well, I won't say. X6 actually has pretty decent Maverick fights, although some of them are very much, stand here and shoot the Buster, or wait here until Phoenix Maginian makes himself vulnerable. Anyways, what games are we, or what games? What stage are we going to next? Now that I have Armadillo out of the way and I got my flexing done while I'm awake, where do you want to see me go? I don't think it really ends up mattering, considering Zero just has his full kit from the get-go, so, you know, I'll take votes. We got one for Eagle, so I'll, listen for a bit as I chat about stuff. 0102 feels like they're exclusively enjoyed by people that have, like, enjoy having their balls in a vice. Fine, 01 has a little bit of that, and yeah, 02 is probably the most frustrating and difficult out of all of them. I felt 02 was frustrating for different reasons than 01. I felt 01 was just like really tight, unforgiving, but gameplay, but like you could really rise above it when you're practice with it. 02 is really just like a clusterfuck, and then also here's elves. You can also like octuple your health and get F rank for everything if you want to beat the game that way. Like, that's how I did it the first time, and it was like, wow, the game's no longer hard, and it's not fun anymore. But it's also still got weird instant death. I don't know. 02 is a weird game. I kind of like it, but I also kind of don't like it. I need to play it again. You defend... Sorry, Rack. Am I hearing you saying you're defending Maginian Gate and Hell Sigma? I think that's objectively the wrong opinion. Hi, Proto. We're voting for a new level. Grim put his vote in for Eagle, I guess, so I guess that's where we're gonna go now. Yeah, no, Maginian... I mean, Gate is stand here for 8 minutes while he randomly throws orbs at you, and you have to try to counterattack him, which it works eventually, but, like, goddamn if you aren't, like, falling asleep by the end of it. And then... Hell Sigma's fine, actually. I don't really mind Hell Sigma. But then, like, Maginian? Seriously? That boss either turns into, no, don't use the Z-Saber. That's bad. That'll get you killed. Or just, like, spamming the Zero Buster, and X turns it into chaos with, like, Guard Shell. Like, I don't know. Maginian is easily the worst design boss in that game. All the other ones are at least fair, even if they're not great, per se. I mean, like, you know, Commander Yamark almost might as well not be there, he's so easy. But, you know, all the other characters, all the other folks, good to have around. Hey, Grabber, could you please do your job and, like, to take me? Thank you. Goodness gracious. And I fucked. Awesome. I was looking at chat and didn't realize that would actually blow up on me. I was waiting because I missed the timing, and erase that from your mind, will you? Thanks. Virginian's chaotic, like this fight. Boss fights except Copy X are boring. Okay, I think, Grim, your balls in a vice theory might actually be coming true. Because, yeah, those fights are... Those, I would describe fighting some of those bosses, and I would describe fighting Copy X as having my balls in a vice. I don't really enjoy that one necessarily. I respect that it's a challenge, but it's also a like uncharacteristic for the rest of the game. It does not prepare you for that. Seeing these zero sprites makes you wish the devs snuck this Bagman design into the game as an Easter egg. Oh, I don't remember what Tomycase's zero design was. Alright, hey, speaking of slop, that was not a very graceful fight, but I don't think I knew another way to approach that, so... The burning bee copter is dead. Ooh, Zero can go right through shields, nice. But anyways, Light, give me that health refill. Yeah, thanks, Light. Get back to playing 0-1. I'd be interested in seeing that. Oh, okay, so Zero doesn't actually have head parts, but he is able to slash his way through the bricks, so... I mean, not that he's exactly unlocking anything by slashing his way through the bricks, but it's at least nice that you don't have to, you know, give yourself brain damage to get through. No one-ups over here, no, just more grabby guys and mets. I do like that the downward slice is at least a lot more forgiving. You don't have to hold, like, directly down. You can actually have down at an angle. It makes it a lot more responsive for analog kids like me. Yeah, headbutt was kind of unutilized anyhow. Predictable boss fights are fast food to you, boring? No, I like a good balance of a boss fight that is, a boss fight should be predictable based on good telegraphs. But you should have to have quick reaction speeds to actually get through everything. So, like, I mean, when I was younger, like, Sheriff Man from Mega Man 2 was, like, my favorite, boss fight from that game, and I thought that was a really good balance of, having to be fast. Quick reaction speeds, but also very well telegraphed attacks, and yeah, it kinda is. I guess something like Fake Man in Mega Man 9 would be, basically more my speed than at that point. Yeah, I like React to, but I also like having time to react to, and also not being a gigantic cluttered mess like Maginian is. Because I also don't like the idea of just kind of face-tanking my way through boss fights. I very much like the idea of kind of gracefully dancing around, taking minimal damage, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, you can't really cancel your upward strike in this game, kind of like the other games. You kind of need to... Once you use it, you kind of commit to going a certain distance to the right or left, whichever direction you use it from. Alright, you kind of also want to lead the birds here against Storm Eagle, because Zero doesn't really have the time to slash or shoot through them like Mega Man does. Alright, cool. Yeah, if a boss fight's reaction-based, it needs tells instead of just random bullshit go. Because then it's just a damage race, and that's not fun. There's nothing stylish about that. Map your weapons to all that stuff in the pause menu. Well, I can't do that anymore, but it would have been good to know. Or good to try out last time. Maybe I'll do it later. For fun. Anyways, where are we heading next? So... You know, 6 bosses left. Any order's fine. Pretty much X1 boss fights. Yeah, no, X1's boss fights are all really good. But like I say, they all have the good balance of like really strong telegraphing, but also quick reaction speed being necessary. I think Launch Octopus maybe kind of sucks if you don't. I mean, Launch Octopus definitely sucks if you don't have the dash parts. That fight is stupid without them, but otherwise it's fairly fine. X2's boss fights also really strong. I like X2's boss fights. They're faster, snappier. Gator's kind of boring, but you know, whatever. I see a vote for Gator. I see a vote for Stag. I see a vote for Centipede. Let's see. X3's bosses are definitely on the boring side. I mean, left to right. Who's ready to launch themselves into a wall? Every single boss in X3 raises their hand saying, me, I want to smash my head against the wall. Alright, we'll go, since we had a split, I'll just go with the first one. Let's go to Gator. Or the first vote I saw. Let's go to Gator next. Yeah, X3's boss fights are dull on average, and occasionally frustrating. Like, doing Catfish with just the Buster can be kind of a pain in the ass. I don't think it's necessarily a paragon of great game design when it's just like, oh, okay, well, now he's using the vacuum attack while also flooding you with projectiles. It's a little not fun. Just testing. Good. Okay, Zero does not have an air dash, so I did have to, in fact, make that jump gracefully. And I'm glad that I did. Alright, remember, this one sends me backwards. Okay. You definitely really want to use Zero's upwards and downward slashes a lot in this game. He does not, he gets a lot more damage economy out of using both of those than using his basic slashes. Okay, so this is interesting. I think it has to be possible then to just barely make this jump without Stag's item. That's a good point. I'm not sure how gettable that actually is. Zero rises just about the same amount when he does his upward slash as he does his downward, or as just a jump. Can't really use it in midair, obviously. I don't know. I might have to, He could definitely, if he just had a little bit more height. I don't know. Whee, one more time. Okay, no, that definitely did not seem makeable. Maybe you can't actually 100% the game is Zero. Maybe that was, an afterthought. Don't like that. Yeah, because Zero doesn't get a double jump. He doesn't get enough height off of his upwards attack. He doesn't have an air dash. Alright, so I'm not defending that. That's rough if you want to actually do a Zero playthrough of the game. You can't get... I'm going to say you can't get that heart tank. Alright, see you in a bit, Rack. Yeah, I don't know. I'll maybe mess with that off stream. Maybe after the hiatus, they'll be able to be like, actually, wait a minute. No, you can just barely get it pixel perfect here. Also, kind of lame. You don't actually get any You don't get the story text when you're playing a Zero against Camille. I mean, not that it was riveting in the first place, but it would have been nice. Camille does do a good bit better against Zero because he actually keeps his distance and kind of has a lot of good get-off-me type tools going on in the front there. Or his stars kind of put up a big, like, you know, a big group of hitboxes that maybe you don't want to rush into. Teleports 3 times, and he's gonna do a short teleport. There we go. Game tries to balance game design like it's PvP, but the game itself versus the other player doesn't want to give you an OP option. I don't know. I don't really agree with that. Like, it's maybe a little weird that, like, oh, we didn't want to give Zero a double jump, but maybe it was just one of those things where it's like, well, I don't know. Zero didn't have a double jump in Extreme 2, so why bother giving him one here? Maybe it's not the best idea. It would have solved that game design issue with the heart tank back there, but I don't know. I'm getting just the distinct feeling more that Zero is just kind of like a fun afterthought. Cool afterthought I put in the game. It's a cool idea, TM, and that's kind of it. Should there have maybe been more thought to it? Sure, but at least having fun playing as him, which I can say more than what I was having for playing him during Extreme 2. This is much more enjoyable than playing Extreme 2 Zero, though I'm also betting that the addition of a dedicated dash button is helping my opinion a lot with that. Alright, and there's no bonus health over there. Then they'd have to explain it why he doesn't have it in X3. Well, if this game was teaser for X5, wasn't it? Right? Or, well, no, this has to take place canonically in the timeline before X3, right? I have not tried playing Extreme 2 with the dash button mod yet. I still don't feel like playing Extreme 2 in any shape or form right now, so I have not done that yet. One day, but not now. Ooh, that was close. Getting near Gator is not something I've ever really thought about how difficult it might be to do. And he does kind of leave himself open once he shoots off his spin wheels, but he does also do a very good job at, you know, at being a big hitbox, suddenly diving underneath the oil. Being a tad bit unpredictable. Ow. Oh, now he's gonna start pinballing his way across the room. And this super attack. Hey, maybe I might just pop a sub-tank here. Let's keep the pace going, shall we? Can I... Hello? Can I please go back to... Do I need to press this start button again? Okay, that's... awkward menuing as Zero. Okay, Zero does not really have... Oh, that sucks. Zero does not really have the best game plan for that Desperation move there. X didn't really have the best response either, but at least he didn't have to worry about getting in for damage. It mostly just seemed that, like, the jumping slash is the least effective option against all bosses, and then you could probably get off a 3-hit combo, but none of the bosses stand still for that long to really do it effectively without getting yourself lacerated. And doing your up and down specials just automatically, you know, they don't have their own iframes in between hits, so you can just kind of go at it. With all enemies and with bosses. Oh, right, we have to fight Camille again. God damn it. Okay. Alright, at the very least, it seems like I do 2 damage to Camille with a jumping slash, so that's something for a very mobile boss. Ooh, yeah, and actually getting a up or down slash with him actually really hurts his HP bar, because he was designed to be a very mobile bastard. How bad Sigma and Techno might be? Yeah, we'll get to them when we get to them. Techno especially, I don't have the best feeling about, now that you mention it. But, you know, then the infinite lives will kick in, and we'll just be like, wee! Paper over that kind of shoddy game design. Camille does have quite a bit of speed to him. I mean, he's actually taking his business seriously, which I appreciate given how not seriously he was taking his business in the actual Xtreme 1. You very much could just fight him at your leisure. That's a horrible earworm to have there, Scorebar. I hope you recover from your affliction soon. Alright, Gator I have to be patient with. I don't want to go slashy, but I have to actually wait to have good openings. Okay, he's doing this bullshit again. Ow. Two, three, four. Okay, that's... No, the only way to dodge that is to stay in the oil and actually get around it. Hmm. How much does a super move do to him? 3? Okay, I mean, that's respectable. I hit up there. Okay, this attempt's not going very well. Alright, let's not flub it up horribly. I really don't like, one thing about Gator's design here is that there's no longer, like, the fluctuations in the oil to kind of tell you when he's about to pop up from the oil. I mean, he always does it on, like, a set timer, but not having a visual indicator is kind of rough. 3, 4, and then I don't know where to go for that. I guess up against the wall? Yeah, I guess towards the wall. Huh. 3, 4, and he did that again. Okay. Gator 0 seems to be about as hard as he was as X in Xtreme 2, huh? Wheels, their hitbox is so large. Bouncing. Dangerous. Move out of the way. Shots time. Opportune time for counterattacking. Okay, this is at least the same way every time once you learn how to dodge it. 2, 3, 4. Do your wheels again. Nope, he's gonna do this. Oh, good positioning, Gator. Thank you. 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 3, 4. Oops, gotta run to this wall now. Do your super. There you go. That's close. Yeah, it's very kind of unusual to be fighting X1 and X2's cast as Zero. You can very much tell that, you know, obviously the SNES trilogy was made not really with Zero in mind all that much. You just kind of did it. The oil need to cover up some of the attacks. I don't feel like that was necessarily intentionally that way, just like a, I don't know, side effect of the graphical design. I guess it's not great the bullets get covered up, but I think that also happens in X2. It's just that it doesn't happen very often because the oil doesn't rise up that high while you're shooting, usually. I understand, but the fun part is I understand exactly the mindset you're in right now, Grim. You're like at the exact nitpicky mindset that I'm in when I'm playing X4 as Zero, and I'm like, oh, this tiny thing bothers me, and that thing bothers me, and this is awful. This is why I hate this shit. Where it's like, if it's like, oh, well, if I like the game, it really wouldn't be that big of a deal. It'd be a nitpick, but it wouldn't be that much of a problem. Now it's like, oh, I don't like this. I have an axe to grind against it. It's like, every detail bothers me. This is why fighting as Zero and X4 feels like wielding a pool noodle. Manual trigger the bullet attack. That's also true. Okay. Anyways, y'all, where are we headed? 5 bosses left. And making good pace. I think we're keeping a good pace so far. Didn't get the... Oh, I didn't save the capsule either, huh? Let me go get the capsule at the very least. I mean, it's not like it's going to matter necessarily, but let me go grab it. It's not hard to do. I stand corrected. Stag next? Alright, we'll go to Stag. I feel like a very, that's gonna be a very dynamic fight. And Stag is also one that is very much a don't get close to me kind of boss, so I don't feel like that's gonna go well for poor Zero. While I have an extra 1-up or 2 here, may as well just go ahead and try to get my 100%. Let's try some stupid esoteric shit while I'm trying to go get the heart tank. First random esoteric thing I'm gonna test out. Do you randomly get iframes as Zero against spikes where X doesn't? No, you do not. Okay. I'm glad that is not a solution. That would be a terrible solution. Where it's like, why Zero not have spike immunity? Really makes you thonk, don't it? What ability is Centipede disable from Zero if it catches him? That is a good question. I'm betting we'll end up finding out by accident. My guess is it would probably be he just slowly strips away your ability to, like, probably takes away your 3-hit combo first, if I had to guess. Then he probably takes away your up and down slash moves. Speaking of up and down slashing, actually, can I use this mid-air? No, I can't. Special on floor, attack down mid-air, this on floor. I don't know. Does this, some reason, get me high enough? No, it does not. Okay. Alright, well, did that at the very least. So we could say we did it. Okay, Stag. CVT for both characters, equal rights. True. Series Golden Child. Yeah, I mean, maybe if it was Inafune designing it, we would have had... It's like, no, Zero's immune to spikes because he can't have instant death. He's too cool for that. Oh, well, hey, yeah, also, this kind of obviates the whole, like, oh, you can't 100% things to Zero. There's no way to activate this. Duh. So, no getting the, what was it, was it a 1-up or was it a sub-tank over there? I can't remember. Maybe the sub-tank was later, but, yeah. Certainly for the other one as well, you can't then collect the capsule as Zero either. Yeah, so I guess it definitely just seems like, given that Tomycase did not want to develop special weapons for Zero, they probably just said at a certain point, like, well, screw it. Like, I don't want to develop special weapons for Zero, so we can't get a couple of items of Zero anyways, so you're not privy to having all that. What if Giga Attack activates them? Alright, I'll try it on the next one. I keep forgetting about Giga Attack for some reason. Alright, Zane does his bullshit with, like, rocks falling and stuff here. Really? Okay. Kind of weird that Zane, of all the bosses, takes more damage from Zero's attacks than, like, say, Armadillo does. Like, I guess he's at parity with Gamil at that point, but, like, why? Gamil is, like, he's the tiny twink ninja. Like, he's not supposed to have armor and HP. Zane is, like, the big guy with the big sword. Like, he's supposed to have, like, defense. Nope, does nothing. Sorry, nothing. Oh, but at the very least you can recharge your special with that, which, I mean, that tracks. That's how the move works in X4 and 5, so. I think this might actually be the reason why Zero's not, like, selectable as playable from a new file, because if it was designed that you only get Zero after beating a file anyways, and Zero starts with all of his moves if you do a start over, it kind of seems like you're just meant to, you know, this is like my bonus character. Have fun playing my bonus character in the game. You're not really meant to do a run as him. Like in the same way that you would X. Ooh, that kind of worked. I don't know how I didn't get hit there, but... did I get iframes while I was doing that? What? Bullshit! Since when do you get iframes for doing that as Zero? That wasn't how it worked against Storm Eagle. What the fuck? God, I guess Zero is becoming the golden child again. Oh, he just got pile drive though. I don't think that Inafune would have allowed for that. Oh God. Okay, Desperation Stag is a bitch to take on as Zero. Yeah, I mean, Zero could have gotten X's weapons too. I don't know. I guess just maybe most games Zero doesn't get special weapons, so it was just figured like let's just keep in tradition with that. No. I think I would have probably preferred it that way, honestly, but it's not dragging me down. And as somebody who always likes to, oh, what's the word? Whenever I need to actually describe the word, I always forget. But the person who always needs to take the the counter argument to everything, I guess being the devil's advocate, I'm not going to get upset about it. Bullshit! What was that magnetic grab? That was some Marth grab range. What are you playing melee next, Stag? God, Zero Golden Child gets iframes all of a sudden, helps me out, but this bullshit didn't happen for the other bosses. Why is it happening now? God damn! Where do you go with this? Stag is so fucking aggressive in his desperation phase. Oh, I guess I could destroy bullets there, huh? I was just slashing my way through the fire. That's maybe something I could have used against, say, Gator or earlier phases of Stag. The Yellow Devil's Advocate. Okay, where to next? After that kind of inconsistent adventure. Contrarian, that's the word I was looking for. Since I always have the need to be a contrarian, I'll defend the game for now, but... Alright, Centipede. Yeah, we were a little bit interested in seeing what happens to Zero when he gets infected there with the Ligma virus, so let's go see it. Okay, wow, okay, Zero deals with the shield attackers, like, really easily. Oh, but he doesn't get invincibility when slashing the shield attackers, though. That's a Flame Stag exclusive. Stupid. Alright, see, that's the kind of thing that I can't be Mr. Cheery about, because that's just an inconsistency. Like, that's just wrong. Okay, wait, oh, well, the alarm reset, but it doesn't seem like the rest of the stage does, so you get punished for that. Well, I want my heart tank, so I'm going back for it. Oh, you can endlessly slash the guys in the background while they're asleep. Wake the fuck up! Wake up! Sigma's back! Oh, really? Okay, that one was kind of bullshit like last time. Like, even when I was playing as X for some reason, that one's hitbox does not feel very good. Alright, and slide past it, and there we go. I'll probably have to do that again, given them 0 lives, but maybe we'll have a god run and it won't be a problem. I don't know, let's see, other things to talk about. Bees are out on the shorts feed. No, they're not entirely out, but I'm having a shortage of bee videos, and in replacement, it seems that YouTube is wanting to give me old videos of Sandra Lee fucking getting absolutely blasted live on air by making cocktails that are like 3/4 vodka and 1/8 white wine. It's kind of astounding to watch somebody just absolutely, like, get shit-faced on TV by making excuses for, like, making a butter martini or whatever. Like, as if that sounds appetizing. Can I slash through these bullets? Not really, so I guess I just need to face tank. But, like, it is kind of just being like, oh, wow, you could... I mean, before it was official, you could definitely tell Sandra had a problem there. Way too much alcohol in anything. Like, holy shit. 2 shots of vodka, pours in 3 cups. Like, bad. And then it's just very clearly like, I mean, I know it's like, how can I make my craving for vodka acceptable? I know, I'll do a TV show where I have to weekly make, like, a cocktail. And I have to fucking use, like, whatever bullshit I'm theming my dish with. Yeah, you know what? I have kiwis available. Let's make some. Let's put kiwis into my drink. Or how about the fact that it's like, well, I was using yogurt to make this thing, so let's make a mango lassi cocktail. Like, what? Are you okay? Is this a cry for help? I mean, I like my drink, but not that much. I'm planning on having a drink after this to celebrate the going on hiatus and giving myself a break for a little bit, but I don't make anything that fucking devious. See, the fucked up part too is that also, like, the butter martini is a little bit misleading of a name, because, like, she didn't, like, put a big piece of butter in there. She used butterscotch schnapps along with some other shit, like vanilla vodka probably, because that was her favorite thing. But like, did you come up with a better name? Like, no, clearly you just kind of wanted to get this out in the public so that way you could get it in your system. Like, you but she's hyping up the whole fact. It's like, oh, it's smooth and buttery. Isn't that exactly what you want in your drink? No, that's not what I want, actually. Drinking butter does not sound fun. It sounds like it'll kill me. Just like your other drink that, like, mixes a fucking pint of heavy cream with, like, other various alcohols. Like, are you kidding me? Like, are you trying to, like, put me in the hospital? Like, for multiple reasons at this point? You're raising my cholesterol level with heavy cream and also giving my liver a workout with, like, 40 proof ethanol? It's, like, insane. Yeah, that would be the Paula Deen Teeny. You are very right. Oh, okay, kind of good news. Magna Centipede is always in a very good position for an upslash. Alright, I fucked up. Let's see what happens. Okay, I still have my... seems like nothing happened. I have all of my entire moveset is still here. Yeah, Zero being kind of like the, this is, you know... Congratulations, you unlocked the wireframe character in Melee. Like, Zero's starting to feel like that. That did not plan for a lot of mechanics, and just kind of like, well, here he is, he's an Easter egg. Even though he's also kind of like a key mechanic that you can, like, get from, you know, getting all the shit in the game. But, you know, I understand where it's a criticism of the game. The more things pile up, the more I'm like, okay, Zero is very clearly an afterthought, and, like, that's fine, but it is also, you know, a bit of a shame, because there's very clearly, like, yeah, Zero has precedent in Xtreme 2 for, like, being a fully completed character there. Wasn't a great character there, but he was fully completed. Now having things where it's like, well, yeah, Zero can't get all the secrets, and, like, yeah, Zero doesn't, like, have an interaction with Magna Centipede, like stealing his juice. Kind of feels off. Hey, welcome. We're replaying Magna Centipede stage because I died at it. It would have been very funny if it was an entire stick of butter. You are right. Oh, well, didn't destroy that quickly enough to get my ride and have a chance at actually grabbing the sub-tank up there. Yeah, where X usually ends up being the afterthought. How's it feel now? The shoe's on the other fucking foot. Doesn't feel so fucking good, does it, Zero? Well, goddamn, he is powerful. Oh, it's true. I guess he, if he has the Maverick virus already, that means he's not going to, get infected by Magna Centipede. You're so right, Proto. This is the big brain lore. Proto has an illustrious career ahead of him as being the person who paves over plot holes in TV series when directors just didn't think about them. It's like how it's like when sometimes I see people trying to be like, okay, what is the Simpsons timeline now after, you know, 35 seasons or whatever? Like, I think at a certain point you just have to, like, accept that there is no timeline. It's just screwed. You can't, like, you know... You can't fix it. It's not there anymore. There's nothing to dissect. I mean, it's already, you know, prima facie, like... Bart's still in the 4th grade, Lisa's still in the 2nd grade, Homer's still, like, in his 40s or whatever. Like... No one has aged. There's been much more than, like, 365 plus episodes, so, like, you can't really justify, you know, somehow tying the plot together, so why bother trying? I guess it's just a fun mental exercise for, like, oh, you know, this is my fanon theory, but I guess as somebody who's, lacking in whimsy and has never read a fan fiction in his life. Hey, bullshit, you were dying! I don't get it. Give me a plot hole that you could patch up? I don't know. Let's see. What? Let's figure out something for, like, Okay, hey, where's Axel? What happened to Axel after, X8? Oh, no, that one's easy. He died. Damn, you really put me on the spot there. Damn, you asked to be put on the spot, you put me on the spot. How could you do this? The logic is that this entire town of Springfield's become unstuck in time, even the Griffins aged. Did they? Did Chris ever, like, graduate from high school or something? Just became white, which is worse. Alright, buddy. Yeah, if Axel got, like, an actual send-off, it'd be kind of cool. You know, heroic death and all that, but... alas, he just gets forgotten about. Forgotten about / bastardized and not actually recognized in ZX. Oh yeah, you can absolutely just do... You can absolutely just do saber / combos in this game instead of doing up and down / attacks to get good damage off. Except on Armadillo, because Armadillo likes to fucking, you know, barricade himself up. So Armadillo's still the worst boss to fight, as either character. But they forgot to unseal him during the Zero Series ZX. That brings up the possibility that he gets unsealed during Legends somehow. It turns out that Axel's actually the guy to rescue, you know, Volnut from the moon. Who would have thought? Alright, where are we going to next? Penguin, Mandrill, or Moth? Your assumption if Axel's canon to Z onwards, which you don't believe, you'd wager he'd have been an Elf Wars casualty. Yeah, I would believe that. I mean... It just seems like the right thing. There's a big war, and lots of people died. Lots of Reploids died, and he did too. Unfortunate, but I would prefer that he did not. I don't know. Maybe we'll see once if Capcom's so interested in, you know, reviving the Mega Man X or Mega Man series, they'll revive Mega Man X eventually, and maybe we'll get the timelines to actually all tie together. That's also true, Rack. That's a good point. Like, I mean, Zero was just forgotten about in 01 almost, but there's like one person who remembered him and went out to go grab him. So, like, maybe just no one remembered Axel. He wasn't around for long enough for people to, you know, think about him as legendary. And then, you know, it just so happens that Model A is Model Albert in ZXA, and then, you know, oh, this isn't Axel, even though it has the personality and design and look and ability of him. It's Albert. Maybe they just forgot his name. I know the developers have said otherwise, but I think that in canon, this is my... See, I just ragged on patching over plot holes in canon, but my headcanon is that literally everyone just forgot about who Axel was, and they're just like, I don't know, let's name this guy Albert after, you know, Big Albert in the fucking Senate or whatever ZXA's plot is about. I haven't played it yet. Alright, I saw a vote for Moth. I saw a vote for what I'm assuming is Penguin. Let's go to Penguin next. We'll take Scorebar's vote. Space-worthy Reploid to fly to the moon. That's a lot of A-Trans power he has. Must be during Pride Month. Explain Duo being absent for the rest of the series. Oh, that one's obvious. He just fucked off and said, okay, well, my people need me. And, he's gone. He technically comes back for the Power Fighters. Briefly. Or maybe he was still within the same stay. But I think, Mega Man has a surprised reaction to seeing Duo again, so I imagine that he's probably, like... It probably was, like, a surprise kind of thing. Okay, this fucker respawns constantly? That's not how that guy works in Xtreme 1. He just spawns once, and then he doesn't come back again once you scroll him off screen. I mean, yeah, Albert narcissism. That's also pretty obviously a good theory there. Oh yeah, this guy's in this game. That was kind of random because that mini-boss is from, like, you know, Snail, and Snail's not really represented in any of this, but, like, you know, it's kind of neat to see, that boss here. It feels like a very fitting boss for Chill Penguin stage, you know, given the, like, how do we revert the crystal aesthetic? Oh, yes, big ice crystal. Makes sense. Right, can I do this? Oh, I can do this. Okay. It's very weird. There was some thought put into getting the extras to 0, but not all the thought. Maybe ZX Advent should be the comeback game. Rip the Band-Aid off already? No. No, I will only do it once the 3D model is ready. You will see that game in 5 years. You'll never get to see ZX Advent on this channel. Look, I promise I'll get to it eventually. I want to. I love ZX. Until I think ZX Advent will be fun. I'll just, you know, life hasn't gone as planned. You know, think that learning how to do 3D modeling from scratch has maybe taken a while. Learning how to also rig up a 3D model as well in fucking, you know, Warudo has also taken a while. I have to be kind to myself. I've literally done nothing like this before. Oh no, ice statues. Oh, I got too aggressive. Okay, hold on. Oh, can I slash? No, I can't slash these. Damn. That would have been nice. Alright, die. Vtuber does revisit Earth, but only at weird times. Yeah, I guess he only revisits every 2,000 years. And, he revisited sometime in the middle of, ZX and, Legends, I guess. Alright, Spark or Moth? Speaking of the model, are you gonna take time during your break to work through it, or are you completely swamped with vacation plans? I hope to take time to work on it, but, I mean, I'm not completely swamped with vacation plans. Like, I'm not going anywhere for the entire month. There's a week in July that I'm going somewhere to take a, like, proper vacation. But, like, you know, I do also have a lot of other things on the docket. Like, I have to, so I have to prepare for the Secret Not a Secret stream at the beginning of August, which you all can guess at, and you all probably know, but, you know, I have to pretend like there's still mystery about it for anybody who hasn't seen the Discord or has a poor memory. There's, you know, other thumbnails I need to prepare for, like, all the other small Mega Man games I want to play when I get back, because I'm not ready for a big Mega Man project yet, and I want to get all that prepped. I need to get Ace a third thumbnail draft, so that way they can work on that and get me that sooner than later. I need to address my whole headphone situation, which I've gone in depth about being shitty. I need to, like, clean up around the house. A lot of things have kind of gotten in disarray. There's a couple other, like, items and purchases I've been meaning to do but forgot about. And then, of course, I just need a fucking break, man. Like, I have not... Every weekend has been fucking work, do this, do that. Oh god, you gotta get your schedule out. Oh god, you gotta make sure you got your posts going on. And oh, recently I've added, like, I just finished posting, like, all of the fucking, stuff from the funny draw stream on, like, Twitter and Blue Sky now. And, like, well, it's not like that's, oh, such arduous labor. It is still, like, you know, an extra task to have to do and put on the pile and remember to do all this time. So, like, I've been fucking swamped lately. I genuinely just need time to do nothing and, like, kind of just rot and enjoy life again. I know rotting is not the best description of enjoying life, but honestly, sometimes there's nothing much more satisfying than literally just sitting back in my chair for several hours on end and just, like, gaming. Between Noida, between Archipelago, between, some other games that I might pick up or play with some of my other friends, or, you know, finishing up Alien Vendetta for Doom. Like, Yeah, I have a lot to do, and certainly the 3D model puts some, has some weight in my mind. Also, apparently I can upslash between road rollers and the fucking mid-boss. Strange. But there's definitely other things that, as always, end up taking higher priority. I think that during my actual proper vacation time, I should have, you know, sufficient bandwidth to actually work on that. But, you know, will it be done? hell no. But will there be progress? I hope so. I just need a fucking break van figure in these trying times. It's like, no, wrong break man. Why is he only vulnerable to Gemini laser? Oh god, this is Xenopelago, isn't it? Alright, these two fuckers are definitely not very possible to just take out with Zero. Kind of, or maybe meant to more dodge around them. Oh yeah, okay, one thing I did kind of weirdly notice about this game is that if you have like a diagonal direction held and then you kind of, you know, this is for your analog stick babies out there. Because, yeah, this doesn't happen on D-pad. Well, no, actually, it does kind of happen on D-pad. A little bit. Basically, I was noticing when I was practicing before stream today and, like, you know, trying to flex on Armadillo. Kind of weirdly, like, the up direction is, like, a little sticky, like, or it's not sensitive to the purely up direction. Like, I was holding upright or left right, or upright or left up there, and the problem was that, like, once I, like, switched over to straight up, I didn't really stop moving, at least not how I thought I would. Like, you can only basically reset out of that by holding, like, exactly straight up. Even on, like, my it's sensitive enough to the point where it's, like, on my D-pad, if I'm still accidentally holding right, like, just slightly, I'm still actually moving to the right. So, I think there probably could have been a little bit more of a... not a dead zone, but, like, an active zone, I guess, for, up and, I guess, down, though down doesn't really matter so much, for this, in the coding of the game, but... minor nitpick. Alright, that's his I'm going to punch you color, not his I'm going to send sharp shocks along the ground color. What the fuck am I even doing versus Mandrill anyways? I'm kind of just slashing at him, hoping it all works. At this point, I kind of have enough health that I can just dick around through the game. Zero kind of has... hey, that should have at least been a tie. Oh, your Wi-Fi is unfortunately going real bad. Alright, sorry about that, Rack. Outside of my, you know, usual 1 or 2 stream interruptions, my Wi-Fi is actually been pretty good for this stream, so... a shame to hear that we can't have a good Wi-Fi days in sync. Yep, very fast. Yep, okay, there you go. Cool. Really not everyone is aware that only Breakman takes damage from the Buster. A lot of people incorrectly assume that the mid-boss Proto-Men are immune to everything else too. Blue guy's mind for the Mega Man 3 weapon locks when he realizing he could beat Proto-Man with Shadow Blade. Huh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you wouldn't think that Proto-Man equipping a different helmet would make him so much more immune to many things, but yeah, it just seems to be the case. Alright, so, one left. Morph Moth. Play Mega Man games with the D-pad is more precise. Yep, the majority of people do. I'm the insane person who seems to play Mega Man with an analog stick, and I play Mega Man with an analog stick, and I also bind my attack key to left shoulder. Hi, how you doing? It's the Crash Icarus experience. I play video games weird. Oh, hey, you can at least make this a 0. That's nice. Can't get all the heart tanks, but, you know, get most of them. You lose the invincibility on the upward slash when the attack animation ends. Yes, but also no. Like, I swear it is also, like, I've been interrupted before when, like, I'm, you know, slashing. Like, if I miss him... Yeah, I miss him... If I try to miss that guy, then I still get, like, bonked when I'm... I guess that's the beginning of the slash. Maybe I could test it with him. I don't know. Okay, I guess that did work there. Alright, I don't know. Maybe Grim, you are on to the exact right thing, and I've just been kind of getting unlucky when I felt it was inconsistent before. A lot of Mega Man streamers you watch play with the analog stick. I mean, well, just because, I don't know what generation you're necessarily from, but, you know, my first console was the GameCube, so I grew up with the GameCube controller, and all the games were designed with the GameCube controller in mind, because everything was 3D platformers in the day. Well, that's cool. Items were, like, fully picked up by the gravity wave. So, you know, I got used to the analog stick being the thing that I used, and I gotta say, I mean... I feel like I still use the analog stick particularly well for Mega Man. I don't ever feel like I'm in difficulty with it. Like, yes, sometimes, like, certainly doing a reversal in Mega Man 0 is a lot harder, to say the least, but it's not like it's completely impossible either. Getting back to Ratchet and Clank. Understandable. I mean, yeah, if you, you have enough practice and do anything deliberately enough, anything's possible, but for me, I choose, unless it's absolutely necessary, I'm using the, analog stick. Like, the only game I think that has, as of late, made me try to use the D-pad is, playing a little bit of Battle Network, and not even for, like, basic movement, just for, like, I was trying to use, like, the Varsword inputs to, like, get the, you know, the broken moves in, broken Varsword inputs in Battle Network 3, Archipelago that I'm playing. And, I mean, you know, I could sometimes still kind of pull them off. There was, on D-pad, there was no way in hell I was going to pull them off on, analog stick. I can fully concede that point. Oh, right, he doesn't... Position myself a little better. Now I can slash through him. Okay. Yeah, GameCube analog stick does have that tangible benefit of, oh, there's notches here. Like, even if they're not, you know, even if it's not a fucking melee designed notch, you know, it does notch controller. It does still have a lot more like, okay, well, I can hold fractions of 45, multiples of 45 degrees, and it works out pretty easily. Ah, that fucking beam hurt. Alright, fuck it. Moth, you're just getting... You're getting supered. Yeah, playing X1 on a touchscreen first is, not recommended. Your first console was Super Nintendo, oldest console you played was the Atari, Zaki? Yeah, I mean, I've actually played, I think my oldest console as well is the Atari. Hey, that's... X isn't supposed to be here. It's supposed to be 0. Well, there's no reason for this, plot then, if 0 is not the guy teleporting in. God. Yeah, no, I've actually played... My oldest consoles are, like, the Atari 2600 as well. My dad, had the Atari 2600 when I was growing up, so we would actually play stuff like, you know, Pong and, there's like some pushy penguin game called like Pango or Pengu or something like that. That one was pretty fun. Oh, I think that was for the 5200 actually. But I'm pretty sure what was a 2600 game that was my absolute favorite to play was Warlords. Warlords was awesome and also seizure-inducing, but awesome. It was very fun, great punchy sound effects, very solid gameplay, good amount of strategy to be had. Excellent game. I might have to play it one day on stream, just for funsies. Your first console was a DS, actually, huh? First one was a PS3. Okay, so actually you are of a later generation than I thought. Based, you know, because I thought you were using the D-pad first, but then you explained it. Anyways. Ratchet and Clank does not gradually turn the character around on a diagonal, only the 8 directions, so using the D-pad on it is stupid. Unfortunate. I've also played in an arcade cabinet. My dad actually at one point owned a Tempest arcade cabinet, and we played on it a couple of times. He had to ditch it when he was moving to Hawaii because there's no real practical way to move a fucking, like, 200-ton... Well, it's not that heavy, but... You know, a ludicrously heavy piece of kit across the goddamn ocean. But, you know, for the years that we had it, it was good fun. I'd still say my favorite arcade cabinet is Galaga, but Tempest is a, Tempest is an honorable mention in my book. Favorite consoles, the PS2. Young retro gamer, fair. I mean, hell, I'm playing things that, you know, were definitely released before my time. I wasn't around for Mega Man X. Hey, Vile, how about my rematch? Zero never got a chance to take his revenge on this asshole for blowing him up. Wait, I gotta remember how this Vile works. Also, he's so short. He's so tiny in stature. Vile's a little fucking manlet. No wonder why he's so angry. Although, wow, getting close to Vile is hard. Just doing so safely is hard. Okay, well, he's acting a little bit more predictably now, so maybe this could maybe work out. Ah, nope, that's where the bomb was. Where am I? Oh, okay, I'm at the first hall. Where am I? Oh, I'm in the hallway with Vile. Okay, that was disorienting. Hold on, I'll catch up after serving Vile homeboy style. Holy iframes, dude! You slash him once while he's dashing around, he's just fucking invincible for an eon. This is, hey, this is actually harder as Zero than X. I kind of see why, Vile kicked his ass back in, Sigma 1. Vile has much better, distance-making options. And is also, like, really fast, too. Holy hell. Oh, this is a boss where I have to be patient at and just barely slash at when I have the opportunity. I don't like that. I want to kill. I don't want to stand around. No, damn it. Oh my god. This is actually harder than any other boss I've faced so far. Vile fucking spams up the arena and makes movement, like, very hard to do. As X, that's pathetic, because you could just, you know, stand in the safe spot and shoot him. As Zero, you actually have to manage to get your way through the chaos. I mean, just, I guess, adding to the conversation for those unaware, Mother 3 is my favorite video game ever, despite me not liking turn-based JRPGs typically. And my favorite console, I mean, I guess would probably be the GameCube, but I'm not much of a console guy anymore, so... the iframes. He's so... Oh, he put such good distance between us. Or, well, no, not distance between us. He makes himself so not vulnerable to attacking. Fuck! That's a lot to dodge. Sorry, the conversation just suddenly died down, but holy shit, this is like... I can't even do this at all of my fucking focus. Whenever he does that, he's always going to, like, just carpet bomb the area. Damn! God, hi, Chris. We're getting our asses kicked by Vile. Like, this is canon-level difficulty. Like, this is why Zero gets imprisoned in X1. He absolutely cannot do shit against Vile. That was not intentional? No, okay. I was just complaining about how it's like so hard to actually get a fucking up input in on this game. But now I'm getting it accidentally. Alright, well, I guess that worked. That didn't feel very graceful. I didn't feel like I understood him. I felt like I just out-damaged him, but I guess he's dead now. Amen. Now he's dead. Amen. Well, this isn't a lot of health going to the bosses with. Anyways, let me catch up on chat a little bit. Because I had to focus over there. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with Ratchet & Clank. I did see older YouTuber by the name of ECWCWX, I think was his name, play like 2 or 3 of the Ratchet & Clank games. They looked fun. I would probably enjoy them. I just didn't have PlayStation growing up, so I didn't ever have a chance to like play those. Same thing with like Sly Cooper. That also would have been fun to play, but just never had the chance. I mean, you know, emulation exists now, but you know, time, backlog already, yada yada. Followed by Mega Man 11. Yeah, Mega Man 11 is by far my favorite Mega Man game. I think it is the best one. There are some real good ones behind it. X1, 10, 7. I think those are all worthy of being in the same area, but yeah, 11 takes the cake for me by far. It is so good. It is almost every single thing I could want in a Mega Man game. Just wish the Fortress was a little longer, and I wish the soundtrack was a little better. But gameplay, tight. Let's see. Having an on-stream chat was a prioritizing message from 30 minutes. That's odd. Excited to visit at X3 when you get a controller for your laptop. Stream audio not playing? No, stream audio is fine. Oh god, did YouTube just completely explode? Hopefully everything's working now for everyone. YouTube must have had just a random conniption. Had a good time with Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. That was further than after my knowledge of Ratchet & Clank, so I would not be able to comment on it. I think it fixed itself. Yeah, you does do that from time to time. Don't know why. DXTreme. Yeah, the stink is getting to you. You're getting infected with the nightmare virus, bro. Tough luck. Take your favorite 3D platformers, Zelda and Mega Man Legends, and put them in a blender. Yeah, no, I'd say that's an adequate description of the Ratchet and Clank games. That makes sense. Also, Zero's sub-tanks get to be 14 units long, but X's only get to be 12. That, or maybe it's dependent on how big your health bar is, which that's dumb. Find classic Mega Man too slow for your liking? Yeah, no, see, I actually really enjoy the classic games for that, because the classic games are a lot more about sitting back, analyzing a pattern, thinking about said pattern, and executing properly. Because the X games, you know, while there's not none of that, the fact that the X games kind of deprioritize gimmicks so heavily make it so that way it's like, both gimmicks and high damage, comboing and just, shredding enemies. It just deprioritizes the, actual gimmick, sit back and think, how do my weapons actually, affect this situation? Which one can I use to, best give myself an advantage kind of thing? The fact that Mega Man is rather limited in the classic series, with what he can do, actually makes me appreciate the game a lot better, because you have special weapons that feel more meaningful. I mean, X8, take it that X8 is, my favorite of the Mega Man, X games, even though I know it's not the best, so I wouldn't rank it that way. All of X's weapons by X8 are pretty much redundant and unnecessary. There is absolutely no reason to use half of the shit that X gets, because why would you bother? You have Axel to shoot things in directions that, Mega Man struggles with. Fuck you, Flame Stag. I hate you. Oh, I pressed the special button again. God damn it, now I gotta go fight Vile. Oh, well, I guess the secret counted, so I don't have to. Still. So, I like the fact that, your classic series games actually make you take time to think about, A, what the gimmick of the level is, how you interact with it, and how your special weapons interact with things, because Mega Man shoots in one direction and doesn't get, Falcon armor flying powers to go everywhere, or, get a busted Z-Saber when using the blade or ninja armors. They're fun, don't get me wrong, in X6, but, X5 and X6, I will still say, they suffer from just the, power bloat problem of, oh, well, I have everything I could ever need. Why would I do anything else? Anyways, I'm going to torture myself to fight Vile again, because it just doesn't feel right if I don't complete the stage. They're actually doing all the things with him, or within the stage. Although, of course, I'm going to regret this, because it's going to kick my ass. Okay, there is kind of a weird blind spot right next to Vile when he's doing this bombing run. If you can actually do a downward stab without drifting to left and right, maybe if I was using my D-pad this would help, but I refuse, then you can actually get a good stab on him. Such a shame, I want to do good big damage to Vile, but I don't have time to throw in a combo. There, wow, okay, that almost did the job that I wanted to do. Close enough, I got through it. you don't like gimmicks when they don't serve the platforming. I mean, pretty much all of Mega Man's gimmicks do serve the platforming, so classic, good for that. There's not a health in here. Unfortunate. Yeah, D-Glaive is the having a brain optional part of X8. I mean, it's fun, but, you know, again, that's why I'm like, X series has maybe some power bloat, kind of inherent to a lot of its aspects. The classic series ends up being more fun in my book because you tend to have to use your brain. You're forced to. Oh, I didn't think I would actually get hit by his hitbox there. I don't know why Vile's iframes last so fucking long. I guess he's just him. He's just that him. Like I'm joking. It's basically Vile is at his fucking cannon strength against Zero. Apparently, this is why Zero has had such a difficult time hunting Vile, and probably it's also why Vile is so pissed off about, you know, B-class hunter like X actually taking him out when he can easily take out a SA-class hunter like Zero. Real challenge, go K-Knuckle only. Yeah, nah, I will not do that. Thank you very much. See, I like X8's level design quite a bit because it's very gimmick heavy and the gimmicks are fun. Like, I think X8 has the only fun right armor stage in the entire series. Like, right armor is fucking pointless throughout the entire rest of the series. You get it for half at best of a stage, more likely a quarter of a stage, and you use it to, like, punch through a couple things, and okay, cool. You got to live a power fantasy for, like, 0.2 seconds. What was the point of that? Meanwhile, you know, Bamboo Pandemonium is like, oh, shit, you get to use this the entire way through. Nice. Stag is so fucking difficult to take out a Zero. There we go. Oh, well, we're lower on health than I would like to be. Hopefully some of these kinds of souls can be nice enough to donate me some. I said donate me some, not take it away. I'm doing the down attack. Please do the down attack, Zero. Okay. Any stages you don't hate an X8 of the endgame stages, you love X8's endgame stages. Yeah, I mean, they're good endgame stages too. I like basically everything in X8. I'm even a defender of, I mean, okay, look, Dynasty's not a great level. It's not as miserable as everybody makes it out to be. I really don't understand why everyone says Dynasty is like the fucking hardest thing ever and it's impossible to do. You just learn the layout forehead and you navigate it. Like, I've done it on hard mode as like the first stage pick. It is not that bad. People overhype that for some reason. Yeah, it's just tedious, that's it. And it's not tedious, doesn't make for a good stage, but it doesn't make for the ludicrous shitfest that everybody seems to describe it as. Yeah, it's a solid 3 out of 10. There you go. No, Graham, I mean, it's totally true that, like, you know, it's not that classic series is completely devoid of bullshit breaks everything open. I mean, see Metal Blade and see Flash Stopper from Mega Man 4. But, you know, generally the better games are more well-balanced. They have pretty well-thought-out weapons, you know. And, I mean, it's not like the items typically make things, like, just go completely brainless in all of, like, Mega Man X. It's just that, like, There are more... Uh-oh. There are more things that are just kind of like... You know, oh, well, why... There are more things that just make other mechanics redundant, where it's like, okay, well, why do I need this weapon when I could just do, you know, use this part or whatever? This armor solves this problem for me. There could have just been less overlap between the things in the X games, I guess is my major complaint. Oh god, I'm gonna need my sub-tank for this one. Hold up, Gator. You're, I don't want to redo this again. Oh, hey, that's nice. The sub-tanks, I've not used it before, but the sub-tanks actually function a lot more like, Mega Man Zero's sub-tanks. So, you know, you actually only use as much as is actually in there. That's probably why they have less capacity. Also like Mega Man Zero. See, I get why people like that. I actually am less of a fan of that design, just because it's then like, well, why is my sub-tank a different thing than my energy? Like, just give me a bigger health bar. Don't make me have a sub-tank. Like, what's the point then? I'll just top off, you know, at any opportunity if I really wanted to. You know, whereas with, like, you know, the X games designed for most sub-tanks is like, well, you actually have to choose when you want to use this, because you'll get a bigger reward out of it when it's full if you wait until it's, you know, until your health bar is nearly empty. Here, it's just like, well, you know, use it when you feel like you need it. It's like, okay, I mean, that's, you know, more forgiving. It's kind of nicer, but... Call me a fucking masochist, a glutton for punishment, but... I like the fact that there's at least a purpose to sub-tanks being a different, you know, form of health bar, when you have the X-series mechanics involved. Alright, I was not that high up the wall. I don't know why Gator decided he had to go all the way up and bounce up there. It's not his time to do that yet. No, I'm not doing this again. I'd like to not do this stage another time, thank you. Gator's still being a very fucking tedious fight. Yeah, I like there's being more risk to the X-series sub-tanks versus the Zero ones. I think that's a fun mechanic. I want that health. Might need to do a little bit of grinding here so that way I don't have to do this shit again. Mets are like the last thing I want to be grinding against, though. But what choice do I have? Zero, your fucking tiny saber is really not helping matters. Alright, well, we're gonna be here for a little bit. Sorry, but I really don't want to have to fight Vile again. If we actually can manage to get a health drop at all, and not just, you know, lose flat out here. Okay, the Mets are just kicking my ass, apparently. Go Knicks, I suppose. Fuck. Get... Ah! Can you please? Please! Why is Zero so allergic to fighting the most basic enemy in Mega Man? And to be fair, I would say the Mets honestly do a hell of a lot more as enemies in the X series than they do in Mega Man. They're like much more threatening. Oh wait, I have a 1-up? Alright, fuck that shit. Now we're not grinding anymore. Just because of the fact that they are more hiding and defensive in the X series, they have way better outcomes than they do in the Mega Man Classic series, where they're aggressive and like just going to pop up and like, oh, hello, I'm going to take your bullet now. All right, hold on, let me catch up on some things. Mega Man X has so much more mobility options. Using just Buster is way more fun. I like the challenge of using just the Buster in the Classic series a lot more. Because again, things are more designed around things. There's fewer elements being designed around, so like the patterns are more like, you know, analyzable. And I know your preference is just kind of rush around everywhere, but if it sacrifices boss design, I'm not all for movement. Yeah, Gmail, the PS3 store and the PS Vita store will be shut down next year. The games for the PS5 will be digital only. Yeah, I also heard that the next Xbox console is also going to be a digital only. It won't have a disc slot. So, at that point, why am I buying a console? Good question. Also, hey, the developers seem to remember that Zero kinda has distance problems, so a fourth platform to fight Sergus is here. Which, oh shit, I have to fight Sergus at the end of the stage? Oh, I just remembered. This shit sucks. Especially as Zero, look at this tiny range. Okay, well, at the very least, it's the first cannon is the hardest one to take out. Yeah, I mean, I really love the Buster, too. That's why I do a lot of Buster-only stuff on my first playthrough, but... Just gotta get, like, a teeny bit closer. Sergus manages to slightly have his revenge by being very annoying to fight as Zero, but not... Zero, thankfully, does a shitload of damage, so it's not actually that bad. Yeah, plus there's also a certain point where the X series, like the Buster, is just so damn good anyways. It's like, well, it stops feeling like a challenge. Like, I mean, you know, can we really say that X4 Buster only is challenging? No. Not even without skipping, not even with skipping the arm parts. I cannot understand the idea of using special weapons making the game feel boring. Like, if anything, it's more fun because you actually are like, okay, how can I speed my way through a level by using a bunch of different Buster upgrades, or by using a bunch of different special weapons to, like, you know, take out enemies a lot faster, find their weaknesses, not have to wait around for, say, a fucking Sniper Joe, you know, in this inconvenient position for so long, or... You know, I take out the Big Eye equivalent in the game using, you know, whatever the bomb equivalent in the game is. You know, shit like that. That's what makes the special weapons fun. You just basically do a speed route through the game using said special weapons. Now, obviously, not all Mega Man Classic games are created equally. Trying to find the creative uses for special weapons in games like 10 and 5 is a bit fraught, but... You know, it's not like it's completely impossible. I like using 5's weapon set. Power Stone's fun. Charge Kick can be fun to fuck around with. Same thing with Crystal Eye, even if Crystal Eye is not that effective, let's be real. I would agree with Grim as well. Buster only is, like, still very easy for the SNES trilogy. I mean, for X3, it's walk in the park using the weaknesses, and Buster maybe makes it harder there, but that's because X3's Buster is... But, you know. Yeah, the dash pellets help. The fact that the Buster's so good in both those games helps a lot. Oh, I'm dying to Chill Penguin, aren't I? I'm not being careful enough at all. Oof. Yeah, crystallize on-demand charge shots from Temu because they do less damage than the already very good charge shot buster in that game. Damn it. If I actually want to get in close enough to destroy the ice statues, I have to get in close enough to actually get hit by his frost breath. Okay, this is weird when Penguin has decided to make statues in 2 different spots. The game's not spawning them as they normally would. Oh, okay, he's in desperation, so his frost breath's a lot larger now. Okay, don't get invincibility while using the super move. Okay, there we go. Yes, but Mega Man W really lives and dies by having special weapons being very fun to use. I agree with that one. Most of 10's weapon set is fine. I still don't. Still very hard for me to excuse Commando Bomb and Thunderwool. I like using Thunderwool sometimes for funsies, even though it's bad. I cannot stand using Commando Bomb ever. Oh, wait, shit. I think Zero might actually have to do this puzzle, unless he gets, like, just a little bit of extra height from his upward slash. Let's see. I was just skipping this last time. Okay, he does get just a tiny bit more height using the upward slash, so thank God I don't actually have to do that. I just had the thought, no, I'm not going to the short Euclid path, because Zero literally has no way of completing that, because you also need Armored Armadillo's thing in this game. Okay, well, we'll just do... Okay, super attack, go! Glad I had ammo for it. Looking at new stuff, new chats. 11 has no bad weapons, very true. Even, Scramble Thunder is good, even if it is a little underwhelming and made redundant by other weapons. It is still very solid. No complaints about it whatsoever. Yeah, 11's weapon set is very easily one of the best. Oh, God, I have to fight you again. I forgot this day would come. Alright, focus time. Okay, so bounce around again. Get him with the up slash. 2, 3, still on 3. And now he's probably gonna go. Oh, I missed him. He's not going into desperation yet. Now he's going into desperation. Okay. Ugh. I didn't get the dash off there. I shouldn't have gone for that extra slash. I was greedy. Let's just pop a sub tank. We proved ourselves at the beginning of the stream. I've earned this. There we go. Well, it seems that the ultimate attack isn't even actually that great against Armored Armadillo. You can kind of get some extra chip damage in on him compared to just a slash, but it also does seem to be marred by the fact that, like, he still can block it as if it's a charge shot. Okay, he's taking that direction. Oh, I just noticed he actually is still getting larger. I don't know if he was doing that in, actual Xtreme. Maybe he was and I just wasn't noticing. Why on earth did I do that? That was a stupid fucking thing to do. That was, okay. Entirely deserved death to Moth. Going round and around. That's why we're referencing X7. Yes, I would also agree there, Chris. It's part of why I do think 11's really good, is that you don't even really need the gear to beat the game. I mean, I think at this point, I wouldn't hate if, say, like, Dual Override required use of gears to beat the game. Like, we've already gotten, you know, they would then be kind of akin to, like, the Mega Man 6 rush utilities at that point. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Like, for a comeback game, for 11 being a comeback game, I would have been very disappointed if, like, you had to use the gears to beat the game. But, you know, for now that we're kind of somewhat established again, I'd be okay if we needed the gears for certain sections. I think it would be still maybe less tight of game design, but, you know, I do appreciate that it was made as an option for 10, or for 11. And then, you know, it still gets to be as cracked as it is. Oh, this is probably dangerous, huh? I can probably accidentally slash the platforms out from under me now that I think about it. I need to make sure to not do that. Second chase sequence to Torchman stage, otherwise you can play the whole game without needing either. Comfortably too, you might add. Yeah, I mean, I understand. That section is really brutal in Torchman stage on its own. I try to do it to flex, but, you know, occasionally I'm like, you know what, I would like to just play the game casually and not get really sweaty. I appreciate using it for Torchman's second thing. Also, using it for Wily Capsule at the end there is just like, alright, look, I get Wily always wins, but I kind of don't feel like sitting there and hoping to get the shot right off with my Mega Buster for what feels like 15 minutes. Okay, water. If you're gonna say the line, you gotta say it like Tunyon says with the accent and everything. It's really hard because I don't do a Dutch accent really well. I do a dumb Swedish accent very well, but I can't really do Dutch. The best I can do is around and around, but I don't know if that was good for you. I don't think it was that good for me. And bass, I will be testing, or I will be trying that once I get done with all the like fan games and ROM hacks and side shit that I want to do on the channel. Oh shit, right, how does this boss fight work again? This is a complicated one to do as X, and now I have to fucking remember how to do this as 0 on no lives. Oh no. Might as well pop sub-tanks. Alright, I guess focus on attacking Gamil rather than Zane. If the opportunity to attack Zane pops up, then I can take it. But for the most part, I want to focus on slashing Gamil because he makes himself more vulnerable than Zane does. Also, I have to remember that I can hide out in the corner, too, from Zane's big slashy attack. And Gamil can't hit me. Well, that wasn't elegant, but screw it. I forced my way through. X got a kill, and I didn't get the kill this time. What? What? Reversal of fortune? now Zero's a broke-ass bitch? Now X is actually the fucking Sigma male around here? Damn. That's rough for you, Zero. You just got outdone by a B-class hunter. How do you feel, dude? And doesn't seem like anything's different here. Okay, so let's just... Oh, yeah, I'm not playing the fucking GBA version of Anbase again, unless there's, like, unless I have, like, a charity incentive at some point. Unless I'm able to, do that. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't, like, I don't hate myself that much, thank you. Blonde Twonk gets double teamed by BDSM couple. Alright. Excellent. Okay, well, at least this cutscene works. And for a second there, I was half expecting Zero to, like, just slash in midair and fake Techno dies for no reason. X even used Zane's weakness. Alright, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't even notice. But yeah, he did kind of hop on in with Shotgun Ice, didn't he? He refuses to elaborate. Alright. Hi, Sigma! I have fucking mesothelioma in my throat, apparently. I have to remember how to... I have to learn how to fight you as Zero. You were already kind of a pain in the ass to learn as X. But now we get to have a fucking lightsaber duel. How cool is that? Okay, well, going in for an uppercut seems like peak greed, so I maybe shouldn't do it. So yeah, so, sorry. Focus time. Okay, that's actually a good opportunity to get a hit in on him. Thank you, dash button, for working. I feel like DXTreme doesn't really have any coyote time for using the dash button on the wall. Like, I feel like the X games and I guess to a certain extent Xtreme 2 did have a little bit of like grace where it's like, oh, if you press it a little bit after leaving the wall, you'll still end up getting the dash jump, which, I mean, I don't hate that. Like, I on principle, I don't like coyote time, but in practice, yeah, no, it does make a game a little bit more fun and easy to play. So, I do miss it a little bit. Okay, Jesus, you're doing 3 of those in a row? Greedy. Missed. And missed. Alright, we're probably doing this over again. And dash button didn't go off, but it's okay. Alright, don't go for the... I'm not going to go for the triple slash combo either when he lands, because that's very liable to, get Sigma into his counter attack. I'm so glad I spent the time to learn how this boss actually works when playing as X. This is going to make this so much more feasible. Alright, I need to drink water, because oh my god, so much phlegm. True, Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader, except the red guy is actually the good one this time, and the guy with the green lightsaber is the bad one. Or, you know, Darth Vader sponsored by Rogaine and Luke Skywalker sponsored by L'Oreal. That's also pretty good. You have a tendency to associate mesothelioma with something being edible rather than it being a symptom or disease situation. You have also confused it as a country. It's kind of close to Mesopotamia? Huh. Okay, that's a very interesting accidental word association. Tasty asbestos rocks. I mean, to be fair, asbestos rocks do actually look kind of tasty. They're basically like the string cheese, like, they have, like... They're like the pulled pork of the mineral world. Like, they fall apart. They're stringy rocks. Like, they're so cool looking, but they're so goddamn deadly. It's not fair. It's just like how mercury, it's a cool-ass liquid metal, but, like, it'll kill you, so you can't fuck around with it. The best you can do is fuck around with gallium. That's the only other close to room temperature metal. Also, it seems that Sigma will do a maximum of 3 random other bullshit things, so I can just, you know... Once he does 3 of these, I'm all clear to go in for a triple slash attack before he starts jumping up the wall, so... Extra damage, make this fight go faster. Oop, I got faked out. Ow. Okay, now he's at desperation. It's gonna get a lot harder. 2, 3. Okay. Ow. Too soon. It should have waited. One. Ah, he got me with that. I don't know, I just failed there. Alright, well, I'm probably not making it through Sigma's second phase, but, you know, progress. Or hell, maybe it's first at this rate. Damn it, I'm so aggressive, I want to kill him. I don't remember the My Gym Partner's a Monkey episode about mesothelioma. Please remind me. Also, yikes, even each hit of the 3-hit combo is only doing one damage each. In fact, I think only 2 hits are also registering as well, so... One, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we're about to send him into desperation. Ow. Jumped too late there. And too high. Stupid hologram. His Tim's hit me in the face. Oh, going for this already. I shouldn't have tried to... Oops. Wrong button. Too much movement. Got him. Okay. Up next, Fursuit Sigma. Signed off on a cartoon episode, eating hazardous material as a plot, thinking it was delicious food, finding out it was bat guano. Okay, well, at least it's not asbestos. Though I think actually eating bat guano might be worse because that's that's gonna spread. That's gonna turn into a fucking biohazard movie. So, next the Smurfs drink gasoline. Surprise, they lose all the color in their bodies because gasoline's a good paint stripper. Okay. Sure, why not? I haven't been doing this for too long. Let's try to keep doing this without, sub-tanks. Oh shit, Sigma, like, takes actually decent damage from just a regular slash in this form. Beep. That was close. Getting some X5 flashbacks with just dodging Sigma's blue balls. Oops. Screwed that up. Okay. Well. I've got time. I'll start using sub-tanks on Fursuit Sigma next time. Jesus, that was poorly executed. But thankfully, at least Zero maybe struggles to do good damage here. He at least seems to have, you know, a pretty good chance against second phase. The damage is balanced out like that. I'm sure if you manage to land an uppercut on fucking Wolf Sigma, that's probably like lethal to him. Ow. Jumping time. Alright, I was trying to do a down slash there to maybe accelerate the fight a little bit, but didn't really feel like there was a... Sigma's sword's a little big. It's hard to actually get in on him to downward slash him. I did do it once while he was on the pass there, though. I was jumping, but I think that was maybe luck more than anything. One, two, three. One, two, three, four. And he is just kind of going on the walls quite a bit. I mean, I appreciate it. It makes this fight faster, but I'm also just not expecting it. Usually he's a lot more, you know, aggressive with his fucking zoomy teleport dashes. Ow, I just brain farted there. I don't know what I was fucking doing. Oops. Yeah, that worked. I meant to do that. Alright, Proto. Hopefully you're back in time. Oh, I mean, I don't know. Techno might take his sweet fucking time. Okay, thanks for the wall dash. Alright, let's just... While I very much appreciate all the telegraphing on the new attacks, I think it's just, it ends up being like, well, the attacks are now like desync, they don't happen on like a particular rhythm anymore. So I'm just like, oh man, now I can't just stay in my super aggressive rhythm that I like to play on. It's objectively better, but I'm just like, oh man, now I can't play stupidly like how I like to. Or at a balance of stupid and methodical. Alright, come on. Do one more. Alright. Blue balls aren't going to get me this time, Sigma. Come back in a couple games. Alright, time for hell on earth. I'm sure this is going to be a riveting fight. Ow. Okay, well, at the very least, I can kind of, you know, slash my way up there, so... Ow. Techno's within reach most of the time. That's good. Where did Smurfette get that crack? Oh, okay. So Zero has the distinct benefit here of the fact that his shots don't plink off of the Sigma virus face. So he can, I mean... Look, I'm playing very sloppily because I wanted to demonstrate it again. But, Zero can kind of just absolutely get to Techno. Also, goddamn, that damage. Okay, so Zero... I wouldn't say Zero has it easier than X, but I will say that, like, when opportunity strikes, oh man, Zero can capitalize on it way better than X. You'd be family friendly because it's Smurf. It's alright. It's probably Gargamel, yeah. Brain fart. Stop using dash. Brain tired. Okay, that's an objectively good time to attack Techno. Okay, I'm gonna have to... This is gonna take a while, because I need to work out an entirely new rhythm for, like, when is a good time to attack Techno, rather than just, fuck it, we ball, we always attack Techno. While fun, it's, maybe not the best of ideas. Although, that's actually not too bad. You attack him at just the right time after the horizontal, then vertical lasers. It seems like the iframes you get when using your upward slash allows him to kind of like just go right through him. Yeah, like that. There you go. Okay, and while Techno doesn't have a hurt box, very much him respawning does. So, don't get too aggressive with it. Oh, oops. Okay, wait for him to use this attack, and then do this. During the cross-up is the safest to use that, though it's still kind of tight timing. And then if he's at blue, just feel free to fucking wail on him. Okay, that's not a good time to attack. It's better as X usually because you have time to get on the wall, but nah. Yeah, like, taking him out way quicker as Zero makes this, like, much more feasible. Yeah, you could both kill each other faster. Remember, kids, there's three ways to do things. The right way, the wrong way, and the zero way. What's the zero way? Or isn't the zero way the wrong way, but wrong way? Yes, but faster. I fucked up the quote as usual, but, you know, you got the gist of it. Okay. You can do things the damage-free way, the damage-dealing way, or the zero way. Isn't the zero way just the damage-dealing way? Yes, but faster. Ow. Not okay. I think hey Techno, you want to just take this W right now? I'm not. This attempt ain't looking too good. Yeah, it's like drinking coffee. You're still tired, but faster. Okay, well, if he moves slowly like that, it's a little bit hard to, get in with this. Oh, okay, that's actually huge. Okay, so you don't want to back away like a coward like I was doing when, Techno's at low, or recovering from, his migraine. You want to fucking go in there and just slash him while he's recovering. That, like, takes away all his health, so he's, like, ready. And the next time he does this bullshit, bam, just take him out. Yep, there we go. That's the sauce. Okay. Oops. Uh-oh. Fucked it up. Alright, well, we have it for the next life if I end up not making it through this one. Ah, so close. I think so, Grim, as well. I'll see if I could try to... I would love to see if I could one-cycle him or get him trapped like that. I'm not sure I'll be able to do it, but it's definitely worth an attempt because you can just do so much with one up slash. Ow. Oh, come on, Techno. Don't you want to fire a laser beam at the ground again? Yeah, there you go, bud. Fuck off. Really? Got hit by the Crimson Chin. Wait a minute, I have this button. Okay, it's not effective. And wow. I'm turning into Wario, how that was so fucking bad. Alright, just Techno take this win. This life isn't worth doing. Down slash plus up slash. Okay. Yeah, I have to time it out really well. That would... Okay. I'd have to be better with it to get that in. But you're definitely onto something there. Oh, and it doesn't help if he faces that way. Alright, well, that wasn't exactly a very clean fight, but sure. I guess just use the kill faster method to power your way through Techno, if you want. And once again, the day is saved by 0, not X. X, you didn't do anything this time around. Sorry. I get to be the Class SA hunter. Nice, thank you for the GGs. Yeah, no, so I guess the opinion on the 0 playthrough. It's very obvious that 0 is just kind of a little bit of a, here's a fun extra character you unlocked for, you know, beating the game. Congratulations. You now get to play as the fucking chicken enemy in the Billy and Mandy, fighting game. Or you get to, you know, congrats, you can now play as Master Hand because you hit the correct combo on the melee menu or whatever, like... Yeah, 0 is not meant to grab all the stuff in this game. He doesn't get anything extra. He doesn't even get X's weapons for beating bosses. Like, he's very clearly kind of just meant to be like, look at this funny thing that you can do. You all like 0? Go play with 0 for a little bit. Here's a toy. Here's a toy and some, like, 25 cents. Don't spend it all in one place, kid. Because, like, you can't get all the secrets, and, like, maybe some of the bosses aren't really well designed for him. At the very least, the game has been, you know, made to be completable with 0, so that's fun, though it does feel, you know, awkward at some point where it's like, why can't I activate any of the secrets? Why is it just impossible for 0 to get some? Oh my god, Vile is really, really, like, 0's kryptonite. And, I mean, the Techno fight's more fun by the fact that you can just absolutely shit on him with damage-wise, but it is also kind of a mess. Less opportunity for counterattack, but, you know, it still works. But, I mean, it's still fun to play as 0. I mean, when is it not? X4. But aside from my opinion, which apparently everyone says is wrong, yeah, when's it not fun to just hack and slash and play at 0? 0 has, like, good power, I would say, comparable to, like, let's just continue here so I can have some music. I would say he is comparable in power to, like, maybe his X5 or X6 incarnation. Probably his X6. He does actually slash through things pretty quickly. Has kind of a moderate amount of combo game going on with, you know, at least being able to cut through some iframes with triple slashes or up slashes or down slashes. Bosses can be done as 0, okay. No, I mean, you can't even attempt to go get the Shoryuken with 0, but that's kind of on a, you know, pattern there of not being able to get certain heart tanks or anything like that. So, you know, and very importantly, 0 doesn't take, like, the fucking truckload of damage that he does in Xtreme 2 for screwing up once, so, like, 0 actually feels kind of fun to play, and the dash button helps too. So, I don't know, I think 0's a fun bonus. I don't really feel like giving him a rating necessarily. I guess if I had to rate him, if he was the only option, maybe more like a 7. But it's not fair because the game's not designed for him, so he can't actually get all the things, so you can't really evaluate it, like, properly. Still, it's fun though. Like, you know, if you've played DXTreme and you like DXTreme, fuck it, spend some time playing a 0 and slash some stuff. It's good. Time is good. So, yeah, I don't know. This was fun. Here's 0. We didn't have time to finish him since he got to get back to working on Instant Impulse. It's fine bonus, but yeah, he's clearly a little undercooked. Yeah, exactly. He's a little bonus guy, and he's just a little guy. Have fun with him. But yeah, thanks for the GGs, the great jobs, everybody. Thanks for sticking around and you know, seeing the last stream of the last couple for the next month or so. On the channel here. I promise we'll be back in a big way once we're, you know, back in a big way once we are back. Anybody with enough brain cells to rub together to figure out what the not a secret is should be excited by what's in store and what they will how the stream will be forever improved by it. And you know, we have stuff to look forward to after my break too. You know, I still have a handful of like fan games and ROM hacks I want to get through for Mega Man. I want to start up Cave Story. I'm itching to start up Cave Story. That's going to be such a fun, like, nostalgia lane trip for me, and still a good game to boot. And then I don't know. I lost train of thought of what else, but no, just hey, really thanks for sticking around and you know, for I guess what am I trying to say? I'm pretty nervous most of the day. I think I'm both kind of nervous in anticipation of both the excitement of kind of taking a hiatus, so that way I can, you know, rest for this weekend, catch up on a lot of things, tie up a lot of loose ends, take a real vacation later in the month. Excited for all that. But, you know, I mean, I am a little nervous too, right? Just because, you know, being small enough, it's like, oh god, I hope y'all don't forget about me or nothing, but a lot of y'all have been here long enough to where I don't think that you will. So I'm still thankful for that I can still, y'all allow me to just have fun here and like kind of do some socializing on the internet, and make, you know, some friends for the first time in a good number of years. So I'm happy that y'all stick around and that things get to be swell as a result. So yeah, there's the sappy story done because I had to say it and I can't resist not saying it. But yeah, if obviously I'm not gonna be completely gone. If y'all stick around, if you join the Discord, you stick around there, I'm certainly going to be playing something in the Discord from time to time, just hanging out, whether that be, you know, a Mega Man game because I feel like replaying a Mega Man game, or it's just, hi, I'm playing Noita where the fucking world enemies switch for other enemies and pedestals explode because I took damage once. Modded gameplay there, or I'll, you know, play some Doom in the Discord as well. So, I don't know, if you don't want to wait for me into August, you can always join the Discord and come chat, and I'll be around there. But you know, just in a more casual, kind of laid-back setting where I'm not trying to make very necessarily great stream. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Follow me on social medias if you want. It's down below. Please interact with the video because it is good for the algorithm, and that's what controls all of our lives and how to get larger on YouTube. But that will do it for me tonight, and do it for me for a couple of weeks. Maybe you'll see me hop on for something simple because I miss y'all. I miss streaming to YouTube, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, otherwise I'll see you when I see you. Thanks again for sticking around, and y'all are great. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your 4th if you're American. Try your best to enjoy your 4th if you're American. And that's gonna be it. See ya, everyone.